All right guys, big video here today, important one. I'm gonna show you in today's video why so many golfers I work with, in an effort to keep their head down, to stay down through impact, end up actually keeping their chest down, and why that's like the worst thing in the world you can do. I'm also gonna show you what the pros do, which is instead of chest down, they do head back, chest up. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that, why it's so important, and how you can put it in your swing. Let's just hop over to Analyzer. Let me show you a couple examples.
Okay, so here's an example of what we do want to do. We have Colin Morikawa here. I'm going to draw a line up from the golf ball, and I want you to see where his head goes in space during the downswing in the direction that his chest is pointing. So specifically as we get him through the ball, relative to that line there, it's pretty easy to see a couple things. Number one, his head is still back behind that line. Would you agree? Head is still back. Number two, we can see that if we drew the arrow through his chest is very clearly pointed up, so slightly towards the sky. And we also see that his head or his neck is rotated forward towards the target. So his head is back, his chest is up, and his neck is rotated. So if we look at him here again, let me clear some of these images, but we keep the golf ball line, we see his head, and typically this will be basically right up the left ear. The head stays back, the chest points up, and the neck is rotated. Now, he's largely considered the best iron player in the world. What about driver? Let's pull up the best driver. So here's Rory McIlroy with the driver. We'll do the same thing. Ball up the driver line, and let's see what happens to him. Again, we're looking for the head and the chest correlation. So the head is going to stay back. In fact, it's moving away from the target. His head stays back, but as he's doing that through the ball, his chest is clearly pointing up towards the sky, not down towards the ground. And his neck has rotated, so his face is out towards the target. So head back, chest up, neck rotated is what we do want to do. Let me show you some drills and some feels and some things to avoid that could be holding you back here.
All right, guys, so two awesome examples there. Colin Morikawa, often considered the best iron player in the world right now, and Rory McIlroy, the best driver, both of them producing the same motion, which is what I want you to have in your swing, which is through the ball. I want your head to stay back over the ball as your chest points up towards the sky. Okay, head back, chest up. That's the simplest version. Now, most players that I work with who come in to see me or work with us online, what they try and do is they try and keep their head down, meaning their eyes down at the golf ball and their head literally down in space. But in an effort to do that, what I'm seeing a lot is actually their chest stays down. And so as a byproduct of trying to keep their head down, I'm gonna put this club in my chest. Just imagine this is like a laser or like a light or something. At setup, obviously this is pointed down towards the ball, my chest is down. What I see a lot of players do is they try and keep their head down, but the chest stays pointed down towards the ground. And when my chest stays pointed down towards the ground, which way does my head go? Does it go forward or does it go back? It goes forward. Now, if we look at Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, or any good golfer you've ever seen, do they look like this into the follow-through? Absolutely not, right? They look like this into the follow-through. So it's not so much about keeping your head down. What's really important is that your head stays back. Now, the only way to keep your head back in the golf swing is through what we call extension. Extension means, again, put this club in your chest here. If I stand normal, the club is level with the ground. When I go take a setup, it points down towards the ground some amount. Through impact in the follow-through, I actually need that to point up the sky some. Okay? See this motion? Like, Eric, whoa, that looks like early extension. Well, give me a minute, hang on, I'm gonna add some elements. But I need to be doing this, okay? My chest needs to go up. If I go up towards the sky, now I'm gonna turn towards the target, and now I'm gonna tilt my right shoulder down. How does that look? That looks pretty much like those guys, would you agree? I can't possibly do that with my chest pointed down towards the ground. Watch the difference here. Here's good, here's bad. When my head stays down, my chest stays down and goes forward, that's gonna cause me to hit too far down on the ball and swing too far out to in. Watch the club path as I do that. Head down, chest down, way over the top. Ball's going low, bad contact, pulls and fades, inconsistent, frustration. Now, the good players, they keep their head back. Imagine there's a line up from the golf ball through my left ear. I'm gonna keep that on that going back. And then on my way down, I'm gonna keep my head behind that line. Now notice as I do that and allow my chest to go up, that's easy to get the club working from inside. That shallows the club into the ball. That means consistent contact, less fats and thins, hitting it higher, farther, more draw bias, right? What we all want. Now to start this, what I typically will give our students is I say, hey, let's just set up, grab a club, doesn't matter which one, put it right in your sternum, okay, so it points level. Let's go ahead and bend down at setup. Now from here with no backswing, I want you to point this club head up towards the sky while keeping your head back over the golf ball. So see this line I have here, okay? Let's imagine this line is all the way through the ball here. I want that line to feel like it's a kind of wall here through the golf ball. I'm gonna feel like as I point this up towards the sky, my head stays back over the line. You see that motion? No backswing. Try this out. Get up if you're watching this and try this. Put the club up towards the sky and your head stays back, okay? Now, just like Colin and Rory, were their eyes down at the target, down at the golf ball at this point? No, their neck was turned, right? Their neck was turned. Club up, head back. Now, what else is my body doing as I'm doing this? Club up, head back. Are my hips turning towards the target a little? Yes, right? My belt buckle's turning towards the target. Does it look like my weight is back even though my head is back, or does it look like my hips and weight are forward? Let's pull that Colin picture up. Does it look like his hips are forward or back? Pretty forward, right? Now, if I'm getting my chest up towards the sky and my head is staying back, how do I get out of this extension thing? Well, the last little piece of the puzzle, as I go club up, chest up, as I go head back, is I go shoulder down. Chest up, head back, shoulder down. Shoulder down means this side bend, right shoulder down, which keeps me in my inclination, same distance from the ground. That's how I can get rid of that popping up motion. So I'd want you to do a couple little rehearsals like that and then start to hit. I've got a 7-iron, and that's a good club to start with. This would apply for all clubs. We saw Rory with the driver. You do this with a sand wedge as well. I'm gonna feel like I do the same thing. Okay, chest up, head back, shoulder down. It's like perfect upper body motions through the golf ball. And there's a solidly struck, pretty darn straight 7-iron. Okay, now, like anything else, you got to do a couple to gain a feel. Some of you that are used to going this way, keep my head down forever, you're going to definitely feel like your chest is pointed out a little bit sooner and up. You're going to maybe feel like you're kind of reverse seeing a little bit. Weight's still forward, but reverse seeing. And you also might feel like your neck rotates sooner. So I'm not going to be shy about getting my eyes out towards the target. But I'm going chest up, head back, chest up, head back. And that's a high, probably a 2-yard draw. And you'll notice when you do this successfully, the ball should feel like it pops off the face. It should go high, but high and far. Not one of those high like puff balls you hit that goes nowhere. It should go higher, farther, and be a little bit more towards draw bias. Chest up, head back, shoulder goes down. And there's another very solid stroke. So again, my chest is up towards the sky, but as I keep my shoulder down, that allows me to keep my body's inclination to the ground. So I stay down. And that's the point of this whole video. That's how you stay down. You don't stay down by keeping your eyes down at the ball. You don't stay down by keeping your chest pointed down forever. That's going to swing too far down. Okay, that's going to swing too far down the left. The best players do not do that. They stay down through side bend. The chest goes up. All right, one more. Chest up, head back, shoulder down. Yeah, and those are, as you guys like to hear, but always happens when we film. Those are about as solid as I can hit. Little draw bias. So try that out, okay, through impact. There's a big reason why amateur players I work with don't swing like the pros. A key differentiator is how their body works through impact. This club has got to go up as the head stays back and the shoulder goes down. Just do these couple of reps like this just to get a feel, but you got to put a ball in right away, okay? These practice swings only go so far. You got to do it with a ball right away, record it, and see, oh wow, I really feel like I'm doing my head back, chest up, Eric, but I'm not doing it enough. Good, that's the feedback you need. Then you could do it more, and that's the game you have to play. If you're not filming your swing and recording it, you don't really know what you're doing. On top of that, if you're not working with a coach, like I did for like a decade, that's a double don't know what you're doing. If you're not filming and you're trying to work on it by yourself, what you're gonna get is very inconsistent results. You're gonna find someone that works on Tuesday, by the next Tuesday it's gone. And you're gonna just ride this like we all do. When you start using video feedback, that's most important, and start working with a coach, you can identify the top priorities to work on and just keep hammering that plan in there. Now, I think us at Cogorno Golf are really good. Okay, that's why we built that. So I'm gonna recommend that for you because I think it's the best thing for you. I think if you came in, we gave you the top priorities to work on, do these drills, these reps, expect this, and you had all the resources that we give you, that you would be the best you could be. But whether you use us or use someone else, get coaching, get feedback. If you have any questions about this sort of stuff through the hit, leave a comment down below. I respond to all of them. Appreciate you guys watching as always.